Okay, well, let's get going on this program then. First, oops, we'll just call it titles with impact, or titling your photos. First off, our goal tonight would be how do you create a good title? I'll give you a little bit of back to basics, some examples. I want you to get into the viewer's head, because that's how I think you're going to best see an objective view of your photo. Also, I'll give you some things about sources. And then at the end, Leslie's going to lead us in a titling game. Also, just don't forget the basics. I like to ask myself, why are you photographing this? Why did you photograph this? And what was the story? What was the purpose? What was the moment? And then, of course, everything has
Hey,
to
Ellen,
be.
can I interrupt really quick?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Absolutely.
if anybody, a few of you have already sent me some photos that you want us to put into the title game that we're doing tonight. So if anybody, if you didn't, you can send me a photo and I'll throw it in really quick. So my email is just my name there, Leslee, but there's a dot, hampel@gmail.com. So I already have like, you know, some of us sent like 2 or 3 photos in, but if you did not, and you still want to throw a photo in just to see what everybody else thinks its name should be, shoot me an email really quick and I'll throw it in while Ellen's chit-chatting with us. Thanks.
Great. No, that's great. Thanks, Leslie, for suggesting that. Okay, so what we want is a successful image.
Oh, for
And with the successful image, according to Professional Photographers of America, they have 12 elements, including impact, technical excellence, because if the photo, if the photo is not in focus or something, then it's obviously not going to usually be a very good photo, and your creativity, style, composition, presentation. Some of these have to do with titling, such as impact, the center of interest, and storytelling. So those are the things that we're going to be working on today. Back to technical excellence. Obviously, your photo, I mean, square one, it's got to be a good photo. No sense in even spending brain cells in trying to title something if it's not a good photo. So get rid of those censor spots, make sure it's in focus, it's properly exposed and a good crop. You know, we're complaining about noise, and then white balance or color balance to make sure everything looks good. But what you need to be thinking about, and what judges and viewers think about, is why did you take this photo? Why was it important to you? What was going on in your head? One of the things is the center of interest. Here's an example of just a photo. It's like, this photo, in a way, without even thinking about it, you know where to go with this photo. You know where your eye goes. You know where it leads. That's the center of interest. If you have a photo of just a bunch of rocks or something, it's like, where do you want the viewer's eye to go? And that's the kind of thing that you want to have in the back of your head when you're titling a photo, because by titling it, you are telling us, usually you are telling the viewer where to go, where to look, where that center of interest is. So your photos, what you want is, you want your photos to evoke emotion, either with impact or happy, sad, humorous, love. It may bring up a good or a bad memory, or it may make you feel calm or disturbed. I kind of like photo titles that disturb you. That to me is impact. So let's work on photos and titling with impact. First off, there's 2 different kinds of impact. There's fleeting impact, and that's when you look at a photo and you go, oh, wow. But then you go, okay, what's next? And then there's lasting impact, where you just can't get that photo or that title out of your head. I have to say that this is my lasting impact photo, and I've talked about this one in the past in other presentations. This is by Ben Shirk. and he won the Professional Photographers of America Grand Imaging Award in 2018. You might kind of think in your head what you would title this photo. And Ben titled it "Till Death Do Us Part." And it just gives me the willies. I don't know about you guys, but this photo, I mean, you've got the woman being held back and the man being dragged off. And here you can see kind of a better look of the woman as she's being held, you know, so you think about her in life. And by the way, there's all sorts of symbolism in the background. And then here's the guy. If you're interested in more about this photo, Google Ben Shirk "Till Death Do Us Part," because he's got a great 7-minute video on how he created this. Obviously, that's got a lot of storytelling, and that's one of your goals in titling your images. Here's one that I shot a couple of years ago. I mean, be thinking in your head, it's like, okay, what's going on here? What is this all about? What is the story? What can my title be that would help you as a viewer? Because you might be thinking right now, it's like, are they drunk? You know, I mean, I need to give you a hint as to what's going on. So I actually titled this "Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner," because the woman on the left just won. Actually, she got the winning bid. So that's why they're all happy and excited. I had this in a competition, and the judges are very literal. They did not like that title because there is no chicken dinner on the table. They're going like, where's the chicken dinner? I mean, all they could see was the little picture, the little blue picture in the foreground in the front that's got a fish on it. There's nothing to do with chicken. So keep that in mind when you're titling too, that the viewer is likely going to be really literal. So I changed it to "Winner, Winner, Hawaiian Dinner." And that at least gets the point across. Here's Evergreen Rodeo. I just shot this last year. And what I did to name this photo is, first, I really love these 3 women up in the crowd, and they're kind of going, you know, they're sort of going, oh, you know, that kind of thing. And then I love the one that doesn't have teeth off camera left. And then we've got this guy, the cowboy, and he's got his cheeks puffed out and he's reaching for the bull. And so I titled it "Exhale." So I'm hoping that helps you to tell the story and think about words that help to add that extra layer to what your photo is all about. Other types of titles can be descriptions, or it can evoke emotion or lead the eye. This photo actually, typically photos you don't want, typically in a classic photo, you really don't want the light to be in the background like that. But by naming it "Journey Towards the Light," it gives you an excuse to have that light in the background, and it tells your eye exactly what to do. You need to journey toward the light. So that's a way of having the viewer's eye led to the light, and also, as if I can say this, almost as an excuse to cover up the fact that technically you would like a photo actually to be flipped and not have that bright light just kind of hitting you like that. Here's another one. This is out in Western Colorado, and I'm thinking, okay, I want people to feel the wind coming through the trees, and just how everything was just so barren. And so I named it "Windswept." This is on Mount Evans, and I wanted people to see the bristlecone, but I wanted them also to see the dead trees off to the right. And so I named it "Only the Strong Survive." So these are just examples of titles that can help bring more to the story than what, you know, if you had named it Sunrise with Bristlecone, that doesn't tell the story. It doesn't have the same impact. This one's pretty obvious, just neck and neck. On point, to just as opposed to elk in grass. I mean, it just gives a little bit more flavor or spice to the photo. Titles can also be humorous or thought-provoking, poetic, prophetic. Here's one I call Look Out Below. This one, to me, I think the two foxes on the left look like they're playing that old-fashioned game Telephone, or is it Operator or whatever, where they're whispering to each other. And so I called this Fox Secret. So here again, as you're seeing these examples, so just be thinking about what stories you can tell with your photos. Here's one of a white crowned sparrow. At first, I named it Bust a Move. And I lived with that for a while, but then I actually changed the name. And by the way, you can change your title name as much as you want. It's not, you know, it's not set in stone that once you title something, it has to be that title forever. I changed it to Splish Splash. I just thought that that was kind of a more, just sort of, I don't know. I just felt that just fit the title, or the title just fit what the kind of the frolickiness of what the bird was doing. Here's one that I know a lot of you have seen, The Irony of Distant Fires. I mean, that was really telling the story of the fact that there were a lot of wildfires going on at this time, and yet this was a beautiful sunset. Other ideas is often your goal is to create an emotion. You want the viewer to put even their own experience into the photo. They may be thinking of things that you wouldn't have even come up with. Here's a calming image. And so I called this Cosmic Calm, to just give everybody that sense of calm. And by naming it, by titling it this, I think it helps to bring on that feeling of calm. Big sky country, a lot of open spaces. Turbulence. I had a judge practically have the chills when she saw this photo. She's like, oh, turbulence. You know, she probably had just flown on a flight that had shaken her up a little bit, and the thought of seeing the clouds and the mountains and turbulence probably made it more emotional for her with this title than if I had said mountains in black and white or mountains and clouds. So here again, trying to illustrate how titles can evoke emotion. Also cuteness factor, and joy, to just give a feel good. So where do you come up with these titles? How do you come up with these titles? Some of the ideas for good titles are alliterations, songs. I do songs a lot, titles and lyrics, book titles, the Bible, quotes, play on words, shock value, power words. I mean, this is just an example. There's plenty more ways to get titles. Let's start with alliteration. For those who don't remember Humanities 101, an alliteration is the occurrence of that same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent words. I also like the description that it's acoustic harmony, because it makes the title just kind of roll off your tongue. Dr. Seuss was great with alliterations. Horton Hears a Who. That's an alliteration with the H sound starting out. Also the Butter Battle book. So be thinking of that when you're coming up with your titles. Also rhyming, Yertle the turtle. So things now I can't think of any off the top of my head, but if you're looking at a view or a sunset or something like that, you can be thinking of what words rhyme with that view to help add something to your title. Songs and lyrics. I for whatever reason, Simon and Garfunkel came to my mind. The Sound of Silence. There's all sorts of things in here. Hello Darkness, my old friend. You can do Hello Darkness. Silence like a cancer grows. I mean, there's some, just looking at the lyrics can give you some great inspiration. Book titles. Here's an image I shot a couple of years ago of the California coast. It's actually not that great a photo, but you add the title, The Sound and the Fury, and that just gave you just more to the story. And that's, by the way, that's by William Faulkner. And so a book title is a great way of titling your photos. The Bible. Here's Blessed is he who feeds the hungry. So that was a great way to tell the story of, if you guys remember Dustin at The Kind Soup, I shot this years ago. But using a quick Bible verse, by the way, and I'm going to mention this a little bit later, you don't want to get too wordy. Typically, you don't really want to go past 5 words on a title, but there are exceptions. There are exceptions to everything, but you can't get too wordy. Also quotes. This is it's just, I mean, this is not probably the best example, but I have a dream. Here, this is kind of a dreamy shot of a reflection. And that's a way to invoke other, just a deeper story behind your photo. You think about, all of a sudden, I'm sure you are all thinking about Martin Luther King now. I mean, so that can add that depth. Also a play on words. Here's my New Kids on the Rock. Some of you were asking about this earlier. As opposed to New Kids on the Block, these are the New Kids on the Rock. So something that can be clever twist of words can just make people laugh or make this photo more memorable. Also power words. Here's my comment. I personally like titles that are just one word, and you don't want to get wordy. This is a photo. I was just in a competition recently, and so this is a photo. I do not know who the photographer is because during the competition, the photographers are anonymous at the time. So be thinking in your head, what would the photographer have named this? So you got it? What do you think? How about out? Also, photos can have shock value. Here's one by Travis. I believe it's pronounced Patinod, and I think he's Spanish. Saying goodbye to his dog. I mean, that's powerful. He also has another photo of he's well known for his dog photography. He has another photo of a woman with 2 dogs, and it's called 3 Bitches. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of inspiration, and then I'm going to turn it over to Leslie so we can play a game. This is by Christy Steves. Christy was a reporter for years and years, so she's she's got great talent, wordsmithing. This one's called Monster-in-Law. Another one of her photos is Crunch Time. This was also the competition recently, called Dairy Air. I think that's funny. And finally, appropriately, Curtain Call. By the way, if you need if you need to contact me in any way, you can take a screenshot of this. If you have questions or you want some help, just give me a holler and I will pass it over to Leslie.
All right. Thanks, Ellen.
You bet.
Now I think my
hope that
titles
was-
are all really bad after hearing your presentation.
Well, hopefully that'll inspire you now.
I hope so. Okay, I am going to share my screen. Hold on here. Let me get over here. Share screen. Let me get to PowerPoint. Okay, so I'm going to need tons of audience participation because that's what this is. So everybody needs to unmute and shout out stuff. So what I've done is a variety of people shared photos, and I'm going to run through them here really quickly. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to show the photo. I'm going to type in ideas as people give them, and then we'll pick the one that we like the best out of all the ideas. And then whoever the photographer is can tell us what they named it. And we'll see, maybe the photographer will change their mind. Like Ellen says, you have the right to change your photography titles, right, Ellen?
That's right.
Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to run through so you can kind of see here. Let me move this down at the bottom of mine. Okay, so there's this one, then there, and there, and there. So I think it looks like we've got quite a few. So we'll have fun with this. All right, let's go back up to the top so you can kind of see what we have to work with there. All right, let me get back up here. And sorry, I don't have this in presentation view because I want to be able to type. And there might be a way to do that in presentation view, but I don't know what it is. So, okay, so we have a super cute puppy dog here with a ball in his mouth. So throw out ideas, people. Come on, somebody's got to be first.
Where
Okay.
is everyone?
Well, the first thing I see, and this would have to be from Colorado, is that it's Broncos colors. So I can't get past the orange and blue.
I'd like to add,
So what would your,
catch it like this.
Okay, yeah.
like catch it like that?
Like this.
Like this.
Oh, like catch it and then
Like
do something
this.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
How about play with me?
What else?
Oh, that's a
Play
good
with
one.
me.
Play with me.
Let me take off this. There we go.
Mine was where is
That,
everyone?
sorry.
Aw.
Oh,
See that's great because it makes you it kind of pulls at your heartstrings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hand it over,
okay. What was that?
hand it over.
End it over?
Hand.
And
Hand.
Hand,
Oh, hand it over.
yeah, like
Got
give it to me.
Yeah, like enough's enough. Okay.
Throw it again, Sam.
Oh, good.
How about think I'm going to share with you?
Yeah.
That's good.
That would be my dog.
Any other ideas? Which one do we like the best? So here's our list. Let me get back up here. Whoops, come on. Oh, why is that being weird? Oh, come back. Take us clear off the top here. Let me scoot this back down. There we go. Catch it like this. Play with me. Where is everyone? Hand it over. Throw it again, Sam. Think I'm going to share it with you.
I like Where Is Everyone? He
Any
looks so
favorites?
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does kind of look sad a little bit, like, oh, I'm all by myself. All right, Dick Altman. What's the title of this?
Keep away.
Oh, that's good.
Keep away. All right, Ellen, thoughts from our presenter? What do you think?
Well, I like Where Is Everyone? Although I like Keep Away too.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, we've got a beautiful mountain picture here with snow and trees, and throw away some ideas. What do you guys think?
How about silence?
Oh, okay.
I was even thinking The Sound of Silence, since I used that in my example.
I like that.
Bridal veil.
Oh, I do like that. So for me, bridal veil,
Yes.
like that. Okay, sorry. C-A-L-A,
A-L.
okay, that's beautiful. A-L, there we go. My little spell check here. Okay, more ideas.
Tranquility.
Mm.
Oh,
Is it snow falling on a tree in the middle? Kind of hard to.
it kind of looks like it looks like the snow's coming down just behind that tree up front is what it looks like.
A little
Or
tree.
either that or it's a
eye.
really,
My eye is really drawn to that little tree and the snow or the shaft of life, whatever it is on there in the background, but I just can't think of what to title it, but that's where my eye is
it
drawn.
almost looks like I agree, like a ray of light coming down just on that one spot.
Yeah, or snow falling in the back, but it's illuminating it, and that little tree is just standing out from the big ones.
Well, you know, it's
I
interesting,
agree.
by describing the center of interest, which is that little tree, sometimes the title just pops right out of your mouth without thinking of
It
it.
Peg's
does.
got it. Peg's
It
got it.
does. My moment of glory.
Ooh, moment of glory.
My moment of
My
glory.
moment of glory. The tree's moment of glory.
Yes, my moment of glory. Good one.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So whose is
All right,
this?
anything else?
Eggs.
This is Tom.
Oh,
Yeah, my name for
What's
this
the
is
real
so,
title?
so bad, I'm not even gonna say it. That
Aw.
shaft of light was in fact snow falling off of trees. I was out shooting after a storm, when the sun the next morning was warming all the trees and making the snow fall off in big
All right.
piles like that. It wasn't silent at all. It was
I got the title. Now that you said it was snow falling off, I was thinking, why me?
There you
There
go.
you go.
Or Snow Shaft.
Tom, what did you say you named it?
I
Oh,
have
you
a
didn't
whole
want to
series-
say.
a whole series of these and they're called snow dumping trees. Not a very good name.
Well, I think you have some really good ideas here that everybody
Yeah,
gave you.
I appreciate everybody's thoughts.
All right, here's our next one. I don't know why it's centered, but it is. So we're just going to go with it. Any ideas? What do you guys think?
Well, here again, by describing what the center of interest is, it may just come to you by describing it.
So what do you mean by that, Ellen? Tell me a little bit more.
Well, okay, so there's a saxophone player. That's the center of interest.
Mhm.
And there's a spotlight hitting him.
Limelight?
So yeah, see, something like that. Maybe Sax in the City.
Ooh,
Okay, let me get in here.
geometric jazz.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good
Oh.
alliteration.
How about shaft sax?
What was that?
Shaft, a
Saxophone?
shaft. There's a shaft of light coming in there. So
Oh,
a sax.
like that?
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
By the way, that makes me think of something as far as titles go. If you choose to title something that is hard to pronounce, whether it's a foreign word or you just made up a word, it's gobbledygook or something like that, that's something that you appreciate a lot more than the objective viewer or judge, especially if it's a if it's a foreign word that they cannot pronounce and have no idea what it means.
Nothing. Saxophone.
I'm loving Sax in the City.
I like that too.
Okay, whose is this? I don't remember.
Oh, this one's mine.
What was it? What did you call it?
I didn't really have a title for it yet. I was kind of tossing around some ideas, old jazz titles, but so you fly me to the moon.
Yeah, there you go. Because since it's a jazz, that would help to just kind of reinforce the fact that this is a jazz event.
That's a great shot. I really like that.
Mhm. It's got some
Super cool.
good composition.
Absolutely.
It was with my iPhone from the hip. It was totally
Okay.
random, untried shot. I
No way.
I didn't see it till the next morning when I was flipping through photos.
Nice.
Yeah, that is just a really cool shot. I like that a lot. Okay, here we go. Wow. Ideas?
Yes.
Just
Was
yes,
that your
like
idea,
this?
Dick? It was just
Yes.
Oh, that's good. And Ellen, you said something like one word with just a punch sometimes is better.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That could be absolutely perfect.
I was thinking the opposite. No.
There you go.
Well, let's do both.
I would have added a few more O's on the end of no.
There we go.
Ow. Because I see there's a hole
Ow.
in his ribs.
Yeah,
Ow.
he's got a scar there.
Like,
Sure
like,
will.
how do you spell ow?
OW.
O-W?
Yes.
Like that?
Yes.
What is all these needed explanation points in my mind? I just kind of want to keep adding them because he's so dramatic. Is it OWE?
No, that's
was
O.
funny. I know. That was funny.
Al, English teacher.
Yeah, okay, good. I need an English teacher to help me here. Any other ideas?
Reminds me of the scene from A Streetcar Named Desire. Stella!
Well, see, that would be perfect. I love that.
Looks to me like he's saying hot damn.
Ooh, I like that one. That one gets like 4 explanation points. All right, Ellen Nelson.
Okay, so the title of it is Agony.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of liking Stella. Stella, but you got to know Streetcar Named Desire. Because that's where it's Marlon Brando, right? When he goes
Right.
out on the street and he yells at the top of his lungs and he's in he's in agony and he's yelling after Stella.
Yeah, and that deserves at least an exclamation point on that one too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think so. There we go. At least one.
But
Yeah,
that's,
because in the picture, you definitely cannot tell if it's agony or not.
no, that's,
If it's one extreme or the other.
well, and that's what the title would do is to help reinforce the emotion that you want to show in your image. If I was to rename it Stella, I would say that maybe 60% of the viewers would get it. But I'm guessing, well, maybe just from you guys, are you familiar with the Streetcar Named Desire reference? I mean, that's,
Yes.
we're talking
but I
old.
don't think many people would.
Yeah, so you got to be
Right.
careful when you title that it's not too sophisticated a joke that they're confused, that the viewer is going like, why Stella? So this was a great example of when it might be a great title for some and you just don't get the joke.
For people of
other
a certain
people.
age.
You also have to keep in thought timeframes, because people our age are going to know Streetcar Named Desire.
Right.
Mhm.
Younger audiences won't know what in the heck we're talking about.
No.
No, it's true, it's
And it has
generational.
to be a theater background.
Yeah, and if he had tattoos,
Mhm.
maybe the younger folks would get it.
No.
Thanks, yeah, I'll put a streetcar tattoo on his arm and that would
There we
help.
go.
Little visual clue.
This is so perfect because Ellen and I had this discussion yesterday. I'm like, do you title something that means something to you, or are you titling something so that it means something to your audience? And we kind of went back and forth on that a little bit. So I think this is a good example of that, Ellen, of just what you had in mind when you took this photo, when you made this photo, versus what the rest of us are seeing.
Absolutely.
And so do you title stuff that means something to you, or do you title something that's going to mean something to your audience? I guess it depends on what you're doing.
If it's for a competition or for exhibition or something, you need to have the audience in mind.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if you, in fact, Leslie, I mentioned this to you the other day, there was a beautiful photo of a dog, but dressed in Nordic fur, like a Viking, and they named the photo Freya. And nobody knew why. The judges in the competition were going like, why, what? I don't get it. Why is this dog dressed up like this? Until somebody said, Freya is a Nordic name. And so this dog is being a Nordic dog dressed in Nordic furs. And then the judges kind of went, oh, so you got to be careful with, being sort of too secretive, too you need to be literal.
They don't have a lot of time
Yeah.
either.
Oh, exactly. That's a really
True.
good point, Phil. They've got like 3 seconds to process the name of the title and then the photo.
And you don't want
And we
something
meant to,
that's time period
oh, go
or
ahead.
specific to time.
If you can help it, but hopefully they'll get the joke or they'll get the reference, or it'll just be obvious. It'll
And
just
we
slap in
wanted
their face.
to remind everybody that it's going to be time to start submitting photos here pretty like this spring for the Mount Evans calendar. And we're hoping that everybody from the Evergreen Camera Club participates, and titling is a big part of that. So hopefully all of us that are here tonight will have a little in.
I hope you would include those titles when you send it out to the general public to vote on it also.
I agree.
We're working towards that. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I think it helps tell the story. I agree completely.
We do
And we've also
include
talked
the-
about starting to go,
We
Tom.
do include the titles in the Mount Evans competition, both
Good.
for the club prejudging and for the general public. The titles are included.
Excellent.
All right, here's our next one.
Before you go any further on this, it's missing the bottom half of the picture, which is rather important.
You know, I was
Oh,
wondering if there was more to
know.
it.
Yeah, there's definitely, I don't know why.
Sorry, when I threw it in the, sorry, Anne, when I threw that in the template, it just, you're right, it cut it off. I could, hold on. Let me find one. Okay, this isn't gorgeous, but we're just gonna throw it in there.
Yeah.
Okay, that shows the picture a little bit better.
How about serial killer?
That's it.
Serial killer. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah.
What
That's
else, anybody? I mean, that one's
that's
pretty
gotta be
good.
it.
How can you beat that?
Well, but it's an alien. I mean, there's got to be something even more.
What about just alien serial killer?
Sure, that's more descriptive.
I think I'm gonna have Peggy name all my photographs in the future.
There you go.
Yeah.
I want to read it.
Is it a stick? It's a stick, right?
It's a knife.
What, a
Yeah.
knife? Yeah.
Get it, pick it up.
Anne, did you
Obviously, he didn't
photograph
like his
this?
breakfast.
Our phone tells us it's falling.
How about you know, it's something about breakfast
How-
of champions or
Or,
something.
or I was gonna say
Yeah,
not,
something about like not liking his breakfast.
not my favorite meal.
There you go.
Rich, how you doing?
Mikey hates everything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, all right.
All right, what's the real title of this one?
You got it right off. It's alien serial killer.
What? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I love it. Now
Did you shoot this?
Yeah, that's me, actually. It's a selfie.
No way. That's awesome.
Amazing what I do in my kitchen.
That's great. Well, thanks for the laugh. That's excellent.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, how cute is this thing?
Oh, he's colorful.
Something like look at me or
Honey, I'm home.
that's
There you
good.
go.
Dancing turtle.
Oh, good grief, I can't type, sorry. So, oh, good grief.
I feel like it's balancing. It makes me think it's like a balancing act, which is very similar to dancing turtle.
To me, his chest looks like a sand dollar. I'd say sand dollar soiree.
Oh, there you go. That's good alliteration.
Sand, like this, sand.
S-
Oh, agree.
Sand
That's
dollar. Yeah,
Sand.
sand dollar. SANDDOLLAR.
Yep.
Soiree.
No T.
Soiree,
Oh,
SOIRRE.
You guys, it's been a long day. Sand dollar. S.
SAND.
SOIRRE, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're
I
right. Is
think that's close, yeah.
that right?
Nope.
Two E's.
Maybe
There you
one
go.
on.
Oh, yeah, with whatever the accent things are called.
Yeah, because it does kind of look like a sand dollar right in that little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
His little chest area.
or
Yeah.
maybe it looks like a superhero.
Tortoise on the wood.
Forest,
Tortoise.
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 fortress,
Tortoise.
tortoise, sorry.
Turtle. Turtle on
Can't
the
even
wood.
hear. Turtle on the wood.
That sounds like a menu item.
Yeah.
I'll have the turtle on the wood, please.
All right, Anne, is this one yours too?
This one's mine.
What's its real name?
It doesn't have a name, but maybe
Well,
it
you
will
got-
now. Maybe it
got
will
um,
some.
now.
Did any of these like reach out to you as the creator of this piece of work?
I like the Honey I'm Home one.
Yeah.
I agree. That's super cute. Where did you take that? Is that like in your? Do you have it?
That was down at Belmar.
Really?
Oh, wow. At the lake?
Yeah.
No way.
Nice.
That is
I've never seen a
awesome.
turtle there.
I thought it was
Oh,
some
that-
faraway island you got it. It said Belmar.
There were a lot of turtles there the day I was there.
No way. That is so cute.
What time
Big
of
was he?
year?
Yeah, here, let's go back.
How big was he?
He was, oh, I don't know, probably a foot long, something like that.
Whoa.
Wow.
I think it was early summer.
Anne, I think you have a field trip for us.
Shoot the turtles at Belmar.
Okay.
We're in that little pond next to the gazebo too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've
I think
never
that's
been
where,
there.
I think that's where he was.
All right, here's our next one.
Now this to me is a toughie because it doesn't have as much of a center of interest. The entire image is your focus, not any, there isn't like a cowboy standing
Mhm.
outstanding in its field kind of a thing. So this is gonna be a hard one.
Like
How about going with song titles? How about oh give me a home, or
I was thinking Home on the Range.
or where the buffalo roam. Except if you tell a judge that you're saying where the buffalo roam, then one of them is going to say where are the
Where's the
buffalo.
buffalo? Yeah.
How about Sagebrush Rebellion?
Well, okay, so that's really descriptive, but here again, where's the rebellion? Why would you say rebellion?
I don't know, because it's history.
So maybe just like sagebrush, because I like the sagebrush idea.
Yeah.
Sagebrush, or just sagebrush. I don't know. That might be too.
Okay, how about if you want to go with an alliteration, something like sagebrush sanctuary?
Yeah.
Big Sky Prairie.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. How do you spell sanctuary? Sorry, you guys.
SANCT CTUARY.
Good call that one. What was that one? Big Sky Prairie?
Yes.
Yeah, that's very descriptive.
RIE. There you go.
Now that's a tough
Like
word.
that.
Yeah. Do you know what the most misspelled word is on a resume?
Prairie.
No. Liaison.
LIAISON.
Yeah. So there's two I's in it, just like prairie.
All right, Tom, what's the real name of this thing?
The real name is Alone on the Range.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that the best.
All right, here we go. How's everybody doing? It's 8 o'clock. Do we want to do a few more, or are you guys done, or what do you want to do? We've got a few more.
That one needs to be vertical.
Let's see here. Sorry.
And I will note that out of the 12 participants that started, we're up to 14. Nobody has dropped off. Keep going.
All right,
All right.
cool.
Can we just leave it like this real quick, unless you see one you like better? How's that?
This one, yeah, that one's a little better,
Sorry.
but you got to see his mouth or it's not going to work. No, it's not going to
It
work.
won't let me.
Do the one below what
One
you.
right below it
picked.
has
Here
more.
we go. How's that?
That's better. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah, it does look better.
Blah.
Like BLAHHHHH.
Well, okay, put an E, yeah, put an E, BLEA.
BLE
BLEAHHH.
HHHH.
I was thinking something along the line of how the flowers taste.
Okay,
Ooh.
Like these taste terrible or
Or
something along that line. I haven't come,
how about needs salt?
yummy or bad.
yeah, need salt's a good one.
Needs. Oh, that's funny.
How about lunchtime?
Stop and taste the flowers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
there you go.
who is that?
See, and that's a great play on words.
All right, Anne, was this yours?
Yeah. And I didn't have a title on that either.
Which one do you like?
Stop and taste the flowers.
Yeah,
I agree. Who gave that suggestion? Was that Dick?
That was me, Dale.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you.
I like it. All right. Do we want to do a couple more?
Sure.
It's a gorgeous photo.
It's pretty.
Seize the day.
Seize the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like the morning is like, all right, fresh start.
That's good.
Well,
When-
I guess if you've been to different shorelines, like when I look at this, it's like, okay, am I on Lake Superior or am I in Hawaii or where am I at? Because it can bring up a lot of different things.
They're so round, bulging boulders.
Bulging. BULDG.
Those look familiar. I think they actually have a name.
Like you think that the bulging, BULDG.
No D.
well,
You
do you
have-
want, if you want to know where I shot this, it was on the California coast and it's called Bowling Ball Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Bowling balls.
Yeah, the real name works real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would use the real name, Bowling Ball Beach.
Ellen, what's its name?
Actually, I was kind of in a sinister mood when I titled this, and I titled it "What the Tide Revealed." Because when I started, there was almost nothing. And then when the tide went out, this is what was left. So it was fascinating to go from not seeing any of the rocks to seeing all of this. So it was cool.
Wow. That's a good one. All right, let's do a couple more and then we're gonna call it.
Morning has broken.
That's cool. You know what? I've used that title before for an image.
Peekaboo.
It's funny, I've used that before as a title too. How about just dazzle?
That's good. All right.
Rise,
What was that?
rise and shine.
Oh, I like
Oh,
that.
that's a good one.
Oh, good grief. Okay, that was mine, and it didn't really have a name.
Well, you got some good ones now.
Yeah, I sure do. All right, anybody have, I've got a few more here. If there's anyone that has one that they really want to see what other people think, real quick, we've got that one, that one, that one, and that one. Anybody have strong feeling, or are we getting tired?
Let's do the rodeo one and call it after
Okay,
the rodeo. How's that?
sounds good. All right.
Butts up. By the way, I did not mention, so I'm glad all these techniques and examples has triggered more thoughts on titling. It's sometimes okay to be vulgar. Not, it depends. I have seen titles with the F word in it and stuff, so there's a shock factor to it. So it's, you know, so use your discretion. But if you've got a really good, you know, like as an example, if this cowboy was about to have his head going right into a pile of cow poo, you might say something like, "This is the shits," or something. I mean, if it's important to drop a 4-letter word, then go for it. Depending, of course, I mean, if this is going into a you know, a distinguished exhibit, then you probably don't want to drop a 4-letter word. I remember in the 70s, Harlan Ellison, the science fiction writer, wrote a book and specifically titled it "The Big Space F-Bomb," because he could, just to see. And this was in the 70s, and it was a big brouhaha because he used a 4-letter word in his title.
Dick, did you use a 4-letter word in your title?
Well, I did think of it, but no. No, my title was "You Want to Get Away?"
There you go.
Yep.
I'll show you how to get away.
That's a
Field goal attempt?
field goal attempt. That's good. Oh, very cool. So really quickly, Tom, this was yours. Does it have a name?
Yeah, I didn't have a good name for this. I called it Follow Me Girls, but I don't like that name.
What about leader of the pack?
Yeah. That's a great shot, Tom.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was just a few weeks ago.
I was gonna
Oh,
say, that
nice.
looks like Mount Evans calendar worthy to me.
I think so too.
Where'd
Yeah,
you
good
see that at?
diagonal lines.
Empire.
Nice. They have a lot of good views of that out there.
Yeah, I ski at Winter Park and I always keep my eyes open along the highway for the Bighorn.
Dick, I think this was yours.
Yeah, it was a morning dip.
Morning dip.
That's great.
What about the one in the grass? That was yours too, Dick.
Can you see me now?
Ah,
I love that shot. It's a great shot. Okay, that's everybody's.
well, thank you. That was a lot of fun.
Excellent job, both Leslie and Ellen. Thank you both.
Yeah, thank you.
So I think,
Yeah,